Hi everyone, I hope all of you are doing great. Welcome back to another video, and in today's lecture we're going to see the question called buy best time to buy and sell stock 3. In this particular question, what we are going to do is we'll be giving the prices array, right, as we have been having in the whole buy and sell stock series. So the prices array will be denoting every ith index of that array will be denoting the price of the stock on the ith day. Now, what we need to do is in this particular question, we need to tell what is the maximum profit we can achieve if we are allowed to do at most two transactions. At most two. So we can do one transaction or we can do two transactions. We cannot do more than that, right? Now, what do we mean by a transaction? By transaction, we mean by a process of buying and selling. When we buy a stock, we start a transaction. When we sell a stock, we complete a transaction. So two times you can do buy and sell, right? And then only you can say your basically transactions can be considered as complete, right? So what is so special in this question is that in all the questions, what we have seen is that either we are allowed to do only one transaction, either we are allowed to do let's say you can say infinite transactions, or we are allowed to do k transactions. So none of the questions has come up that we are allowed to do two transactions. Now this question can be considered as a DP question, right? But it is, in my opinion, more of a, you can say, left right traversal kind of thing. We are covering this question in the DP playlist because of course it's a part of the buy and sell stock series. I want to not leave any question behind. So what we're going to see in this question is, you can say, direct left right traversal approach, right? And not really any recursion or something like that, right? Because if you want, you can really put this question in buy and sell stock k transaction, and you can put the value of k as 2 there, and your question will be solved, right? But here we are going to do the simple and you can say straightforward left right traversal approach, right? So if you're new to this buy and sell stock kind of things, right? I'm not, of course, explaining the L2s of the buy and sell stock. What do we mean by buy and sell stock? What do we mean by stocks and all? If you really want to know about it, just you can follow the playlist and just find out the first video of buy and sell stock. I'll just link here somewhere the I button of that you can say video itself. Right? So let's not waste any time, right? Let's get right into the question itself, right? I know like reading this is one way to understand, but let's go to the board and actually understand what the question is saying with an example. Let's get right. Let's take a look at this particular example. Here, this is the prices array which is given to us, and what every index. So I'll just write the indexing of all of them. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the ith index in this particular array means that the price of the stock was, let's say, uh, prices of I on that particular day. For example, second day the price was 5. Fourth day the stock was free, like zero price. Right? Sixth day the price was 1, and so on. Now, if we take a look at just overall like override, what the question is asking from us, we are only allowed to do two transactions. Let's do two transactions and see if we are able to get the, what is the best we are able to get. So let's say I'll buy the stock on this particular day and I'll sell when the price is 5. Of course, you want to sell when the price is more, right? That's how, stock market actually works, right? So you buy on when the price is low, sell on price is high, and you will make the profit. So from this particular transaction, I made a profit of 2 because I bought at 3, sold at 5, profit is 2. Right? Next, let's say I buy here. See, the stock is 0, right? So this is the best time to buy actually. I'll buy the stock here and I'll search for the best day I can, sell this stock on. So I'll sell on this particular day, and the price, like the profit I'll be able to make is, let's say, from this particular transaction, I'll be able to gain 4 because when I bought the stock, it was literally 0, and when I'm selling the stock, when the price is 4. So in total, I have done two transactions. This is the first transaction, bought here, sold here. This is the second transaction, bought here, sold here. And out of those two transactions, if you sum the total profit you have made, the total profit I'm able to make is 6, and that would be the answer for this particular test case, right? So the question is pretty straightforward. You are given two, you can see prices area. You have only allowed to do at most two transactions. I can also do one transaction if that is the case, right? Let's say there is something this kind of an array. Let's say 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll buy the stock here and I'll sell the stock here, right? I'll make a profit of 4. Straightforward. So you're allowed to do at most two transactions. This means that you're allowed to do one transaction if that is making the best profit. I hope the question is clear to all of you, right? Let's look at the left-right traversal approach of this particular problem and solve this problem. So while solving the problem, we have to keep in mind that we are to do at most two transactions. Right? Let's try to approach this question in a way we solved one transaction problem, right? The first problem in buy and sell stock series, you're allowed to do only one transaction, right? So there, if you remember, we made an array, right? We made a particular DP array, right? uh, I'll not call that array as DP array, but let's call that let's say a reference array, right? I'll make this particular array, and this, the ith index of this array will tell me what is the best profit I am able to make if I conclude a transaction today. If I conclude a transaction on ith day, what is the best profit I'm able to make? I'll just give you an example. If I complete a transaction on this particular day, this means that I'm selling on this particular day. What is the best profit I'll be able to make? Yeah, if you are selling on this particular day, the best day to buy a stock is before this day, is this or this day, right? So the best profit you are able to make if you are selling on this particular day is 3, because you are having all these options to buy, and the best option will be the option which is having the minimum price, right? So this particular option, like this 0, is the best price, like best price to buy a stock, and you'll be selling on this particular, right? So whenever we are saying we are trying to conclude a transaction, this means that we are trying to close on that day, we are trying to sell on that day, and I can only sell if I have bought a stock. So if I'm selling on this particular day, just have to tell me which is the best day to buy the stock before this. Of course, the most minimum price will be the best day to buy. Let's say this is the most minimum day. Of course, this is also one of the minimum day, but let's say this is one of the minimum day. And when I buy here and I sell here, the profit is 3. So I hope you understand. Right? I'll call this array. Let me, name this particular array. I'll just name it that, best if I sell today. Best if sell today. Best if sell today. What is the best you're able to make if you sell today, right? So let's consider this particular day. What is the best you're able to make if you want 3 to be the selling day? Yeah, on 0th day you don't actually have a stock, right? So on 0th day, what you are able to make, well, you cannot sell. So actually you'll be able to make only 0, since you cannot, you need to buy a stock first, right? Then only you'll be able to sell. So on 0th day, the transaction you're allowed to do is you can buy on this day and sell on this day. The profit is 0. Let's say on this particular day, what's the best you're able to make? If I want to sell today, I only have two options to buy, this day and this day. Let's choose this day. Minimum is, you consider this 3 only. So if I buy, like sell on when the price is 3, and I buy when the price is 3, the best I'm able to make is 0. I hope you're getting. There's the same logic we used in buy and sell stock, one transaction, right? So let's consider this particular test case. If I want to sell today, any of these days is good to buy, because both of them are 3, right? And before this particular day, there is no day which is having smaller price, lesser price than 3. So let's say this is the price I choose, right? The buying price, this is the selling price. What is the best I'm able to make when I sell today? I choose this day as selling day, and choose the minimum price day before this as the buying day, 3. So the best I'm able to make is 2. I'll again repeat, right now we are only talking about what's the best I'm able to make on this particular day, right? Now consider this as well, this 0. What is the best we are able to make? What is the best we are able to make if we want to sell today? If we want to sell today, if I buy on 5, I'll be in loss. Right? I bought on 5 and sold 0, that is loss. If I do this, it will be a loss. If I do this, it will be a loss. If I buy today and sell today, right, that then I'll be even. At least I'll be having no loss, right? So if I buy today and sell today itself, that is the best I'm able to make. If I'm bound to sell today, if I'm only I'm forced to sell today, the best I'm able to make is 0, because I'll buy today and sell today. If I'm forced to sell today, right? If I'm forced to sell on this particular day, right, I'll, let's say, buy on this day and sell on this day. So the total profit is 0 only. If we consider this particular day, right, if I'm bound to sell on this particular day, if I'm forced to sell on this particular day, so what's the best day to buy? Any of these days are best, right? So let's say I buy on this particular, sell on this particular, the profit is 3. If I'm forced to sell on this particular day, what's the best I'm, allowed to do? 0, 1, 1. One thing to notice is that here I'm interested in what is the minimum so far, right? What is the minimum behind everyone? So if I want to sell today, I want to find out the minimum number behind today, right? Behind, like minimum number behind this particular day, because that will be the buy day, right? And buy should be as small as possible. If I want to sell today, I want to make profit. What is the minimum? Like if I want to sell today, if I'm forced to sell today, what's the minimum I'm able to find before this? Like what is the best buy day? By best buy day, we mean what's the minimum price? What was the minimum price before today? So 0 was the minimum price. So of course, 4 is the no, you're selling, 0 you bought, so total profit is 4. So if you look at this particular array, it is saying that if I sell today, right, that is the best I'm able to make. I hope this is clear. If I'm selling today, this is the best I'm able to make. I hope this array is particularly clear, right? If I'm selling, I'm forced to sell on that particular day, that's the best I'm able to make, right? I'll create another array, another similar array, and I'll call it, let's say, best, if I sell today or before. This is important, right? What I'm trying to say is, what is the best profit I'm able to make if I'm allowed to sell today or I'm allowed to sell before today? So if you consider this now, if you consider this particular case, right? What is the best 3 is able to make? If let's say what is the best 1 is able to make if it is forced to sell today or any day before today? If you see this, right? If we say 1, what is the best you're able to make? When you sell today, one will say I'm only able to make 1 profit. But what is the here I'm giving some flexibility, right? You can you're not only forced to sell today, you can sell some day before as well. What is the best you're able to make? One will say, okay, I'm not forced to sell today only. Okay, then I choose this particular day because this day is before me, right? Or before, right? And this is better if I, want to sell, right? It's better than at least today. So what this array will contain, right? 3. Let's kind of create this array and then you'll get a hang of it. This array was strictly for today, and this array is for today or before, right? So 0. Here this will become what? This will become 0. Because even if I sell today or sell this particular, this is the best I'm able to make. If I sell today, I'll be able to make 2. What is better in all of these? It is 2. That is a simple definition. What is the best in all of these, right? Because here in this particular area, I want to put in this particular blank, I want to put what is the best I'm able to make if I'm allowed to sell on or before third day. It will be the best of all of these, so it will be 2. The best of all of this, it will be 2. The best of all of this, it will become 3. The best of all of these, it will become 1. The best of all of these, it will become 4. I hope this is clear to all of you. I hope it is pretty much clear to all of you. Right? So this is the best I'm able to make if I'm allowed to sell today or before. Right? Now these two arrays I've created, right? I'm going to keep them aside. Right? Let's keep them aside for a moment. Right? I'll keep them aside and let's move on with the question itself. Right? Okay. I'll keep them aside. We'll come back to them later, right? But right now I want to keep them aside. Okay. Now what are we going to do? We need 2 more arrays, right? I am just telling you what we are going to do first, right? And then we'll understand why we are doing this particular thing, right? You need to understand what we are doing in this particular question, right? Before you get to know why we are doing stuff, right? So we'll come to that, but let's stay patient, right? Let's explore the stuff as is, right? So I'm going to create an array here, another array I'm going to create. I'll say that what is the best if I if I if I buy today. Now what is the best profit I'll be able to make if I'm forced to buy today? Previously we were forced to sell on that day. Here we are forced to buy on this particular day, right? Let's create an array. Let's create this array. Now in this particular array, now we are going to traverse from right side because we are planning to buy, right? So we need to keep track of the selling days, right? That's why we are going to go from right to left, right? Because if I'm going to buy here, I need to know when should I sell this particular. Then only I'll be able to decide what's the best buy day for, what's the best profit I'm going to make if I want to buy today, right? So to keep a track of selling prices, right? I want to traverse in this particular fashion, because if I want to buy here, again I'm explaining, if I'm forced to buy here, then I will need to know what is the maximum price of out of all of these options, right? What's the maximum price of all of these options where I want to sell it. So that's why we are traveling right to left in this particular case, right? I hope you understood why we were traveling left to right in previous case, because there we wanted to know what is the best, if we want to sell on that particular day, wanted to keep a track of buy, right? Here, if you want to buy on that particular day, we want to keep a track of sell, because we want to give the best profit, be it buy or sell, right? So let's get right into it. I think it's becoming a little bit confusing, but let's get right into it. So, 4. Yeah, if you want to, what's the profit you'll be able to make if you are, only, allowed to buy here, right? You need a selling day as well, right? The best profit you'll be able to make on, last days, buy on this day, sell on this day. 0 you'll be able to make. 0. Correct. Let's go to this particular day, right? Now, again, I'm explaining that when we want to buy on that particular day, now we want to keep a track of what is max so far, right? What is the maximum value after this particular day, right? So, if you want to buy here, right, maximum value after this is 4, right? So, you want to buy here, maximum value is 4, right? And if the maximum value is 4, I'm buying today, the profit I'll be able to make is 4 minus 1, which is 3. I hope it is clear. We have a lot of stuff to fill. You'll get an understanding completely once we complete this whole array. Again, right, I want to buy today. What is the best selling price in future? That is the maximum of all of these people. Actually, maximum of all of these people, because today I can sell today as well, right? So maximum over, if I want to buy today, what is the maximum of all of these people? It's 4. So I'll be selling on 4. What's the profit I'll be making? Buy here, sell here, 1 is the profit I'll be making. Again, if I want to buy here, if I'm forced to buy here, what is the maximum I can, sell on? 4 again, right? So 4 is the profit. If I'm forced to buy here, what is the maximum of all of these, right? Where I want to sell, it is 4. 4 here. If I want to buy on this particular day, what is the maximum? It is 5 only, right? Because, I can buy and sell today itself, then only I'll be, able to break even. Otherwise, I'll be in loss. If I buy here and I sell here, I'll be in loss. If I buy here and I sell here, I'll be in loss, right? So the best place to sell this itself is this place itself. So 0. If I want to buy here, what is the best out of all of these when I can sell? 5 is the best value on which I can sell. So it will be, the profit will be 2. If I want to buy on this particular day, again, selling day, best of all of these, it will be 5. So profit of 2. I hope this array is clear. I'll just, reformat it. I think it's not very understandable if I just fill it randomly. 1, 3, 0. Correct. Okay. So I'll just remove this. Okay. So now we have an array where we know that if I buy today, that is the best I'll be able to make. One last array we are going to make. I know there are a lot of arrays we are making, but one last array we are going to make out of this array, similar like as we did in the last particular question. Best if let's say I'll not write I here, it's becoming confusing. Best if by today or after today. Today or after today. What is the best I'm able to make if I am buying today or after today? I'm buying today or after today. So here, what is the best of all these people? It's 0. Similarly, right? Similar as we did in the last array. I want to buy today. I'll be able to make 3. Or after today. What's the maximum? It's 3 only. So 3. I want to buy today. And I want to, let's say, sell on that particular day. So I want to buy today or maybe after today. So today is not a good time to buy. As you can see, this day is not a good time to buy. This day is a good time to buy. So we're going to consider this answer. So we're going to consider 3 here as well. What is the best time to buy now, today? Like these are all the profits, right? So either I can buy today or I can do after today. Right? So today works, right? Because the price is 0. So it's a good time to buy, right? So 4 is what I'm going to keep here. Today or after today, 4 is the maximum, right? Maximum of all of these people, it's 4 only, right? it's not a good time to buy on 5, right? It's the 2th index, right? It's not a good time to buy. So I'm going to choose someone who is after me, right? So 4 will going to keep here. Should I buy today or after today? Say if I buy after today, it's a good profit, right? So I will make 4, right? Buy today or after today? Again, if I buy today, I'll be able to make a profit of 2. But if I buy somewhere after today, I'll be able to make a profit of 4. So buying in future is a better option to rather than buying today. I hope this particular area is also clear, right? Uh, I'm going to take a pause here, right? I hope these two arrays, like these 4 arrays, are actually clear to all of you, right? Now, what we are interested in, we are interested in these 2 arrays, the last 2 arrays, these particular 2 arrays. Look at them very closely, right? Look at them very closely. I'll just bring this down as well. Now, look at these very closely. What are we saying in these particular 2 arrays? If you consider both of these 2 arrays, what is mentioned in the question is we are allowed to do 2 transactions and we are not allowed to do any overlapping transactions. This means that buy, sell should be separate transactions. We should not, do buy, sell. Something like this should not happen. So this means that I need to complete one transaction before I start another transaction, right? So if you actually consider these two arrays, right? This array says what's the best I'm able to do if I sell today or before. Let's consider this particular day. What's the best I'm able to do if I'm able to sell today or before? This means that this particular number, considers the best of all the people before. What is the best profit I'm able to make today or before? And what does this number translate? This number says what is the best profit I'm able to make if I'm allowed to buy today or after. If I'm allowed to buy today or after. If you consider this particular number now, both of them are becoming separate. So one is selling today or before, and one is buying today or after. So it is kind of, I hope you're getting what I'm, coming to. Basically, if you consider every parallel number, right, it will actually tell you that what is the best you're able to make, if you're doing 2 transactions before or on that number. Let's consider this particular case, right? This particular case. Let's consider this. If I sell today, I'll be able to make a profit of 1. This means buy here and sell here. And if I buy on this particular day, I'll be able to make a profit of 3. This means I'll buy here and sell here. What actually this means is that these are the 2 transactions and the total sum you are able to make out of these 2 transactions, if you consider this particular index, is 4. And that is what actually, a good thing, right? Because both of these transactions are non-overlapping. You're finishing one transaction before you're starting another transaction. And, both of them are separate transactions in their selves, right? Because this array says today or before, this array says today or after, right? I hope you're getting, right? What we are going to do simply in the end, we are going to just consider the max of all these values, right? All these values, right? Sum of all these values. So, if you consider this particular case, right? Here I'm not going to sell, right? There's no point of selling here. The best I'm able to make after this is 4, right? So 0 plus 4, 0 plus 4, 0, 2 plus 4, 2 plus 4, 2 plus 4, 2 plus 4, this, all this. What is the maximum of all these values? Here I'll get 4, here I'll get 4, here I'll get 6, here I'll get 6, here I'll get 6, here I'll get 6 again, here I'll get, let's say, 4, here I'll get 4. And you can see, right, what is the maximum values of all these, it's 6 only, right? So let's consider, for instance, let's consider this case as well. So you buy here, sell here, you buy here, sell here. This is a good day, like it's a good transaction, value, right? Again, this is, you can say a pivot kind of thing, right? Let's consider this particular test case. What does this 2 and 4 translate to? If I sell on this particular day, what's the best profit I'm able to make today or before? Like the best transaction before this day is actually this. I'm going to consider this transaction as one of the transactions. And what is the best transaction I'm able to do if I'm allowed to buy today or some day after today? This is the best transaction I'm able to make. What's the profit? From here I'm going to make 2. From here I'm going to make 4. This is what 2 means and this is what 4 means. And this is actually your answer itself. So I hope you got the algorithm, right? Hope you got the idea, right? That what we are building. First we say that what is the best time to sell if we buy today. Then we make what is the best time to sell if I buy today or if I sell today or before. Then we make an array called what is the best time to buy. What's the best time able to make if I buy today, and then you'll be making an array called what is the best if you buy today or after today. Then you'll compare the both before and after arrays. You can just sum and compare what is the maximum value, and that there will be your answer. This way we are keeping both the transactions separate, and we are achieving the goal of at most two transactions. I hope this is clear to all of you, right? Let's get right into the solution for this, like this code part of this question itself. Right? If there are any doubts in the explanation, please let me know in the comment section itself. Time complexity for this approach will be O of n only, right? And space complexity will be actually of O of 4n, which will translate to O of n only. So yeah, because we are doing left-right traversal, and that translate to that. So let's get right into the code itself, and let's see how we code it. So I'll just first what I'll do is I'll just take an integer n prices dot length. Then I'll take an array integer array. I'll just call this array as best if sell today. This will be new integer array of length. Another array I'll take integer best if sell today or before is equal to new n. Let's create these two arrays first. So I'll just take min so far. That will be prices of 0, because I'll consider the first 0th day as the minimum price day, and I'll consider that as a starting point. Right? I'll start the loop from 1. Why am I starting the loop from 1? The simple explanation is that 0th day is not a day to sell. You have to buy a stock first if you want to sell, and for 0th day the answer would be 0 only, and this array will be having 0 only in this 0th index. So we can simply consider that day to be done, right? And we can keep the value of that particular day in the min so far, right? Because if we want to sell today, we want to keep the track of what is the minimum we saw before, right? Because that will be the buy day, right? So we are keeping a track of min so far, the minimum value before today in min so far, right? I hope this is clear. Let's move forward. So if today's prices of I is smaller than min so far, the price is very low today, so min so far will get updated. Min so far is equal to prices of I. And talking about what is the best if I sell today, what will this become for today's day? Will be prices of today minus whatever is the minimum value I'm able to find before today. Right? Because if I'm selling today, this will be the profit, and this will actually be the price I'll be paying for that buying of that particular stock. So this will actually create whole of this array. We can parallelly create this array as well. Right? What we are going to simply do is I'll just simply say that this particular of I is equal to math.max of if I sell today of I, comma, this particular array minus 1. So this will consider all the cases, right? Basically uh, today's day versus the previous day, whichever is the max, I'll just take it forward, right? And once some max is taken forward, it gets taken forward forever until another max is found, right? So this will help us to build this array parallel, right? So this is the first step we have done. Let's do the other side of things as well. This is the first transaction we have covered. It's covered another transaction as well, and that will be covered from the buying perspective, right? So best if sell, oh sorry, if buy today, if I'm forced to buy today, is equal to new int n, and int best if buy today or after, because this is from selling perspective, oh sorry, buying perspective, so it will be in future. Like now, if you want to buy, we want to keep a track of what is maximum, right, after us. So here we are going to keep a track of max so far is equal to prices of n minus 1. Now again, just like we did with prices of 0, same explanation here. We're going to consider the last day as one of the selling days, right? Because on that day you only transaction you're able to do is buy and sell on that day itself from last day, because last day is having no days to sell after that, right? So last day we're going to consider like this only, and we're going to start the loop from I is equal to n minus 2. Why n minus 2? Because again, the same explanation as I is equal to 1. We skipped I is equal to 0 because there was no point of calculating that. The profit we are able to make is 0. Here as well, for last day, if you want to buy on that particular day, the profit we'll be making is 0 only. Let's move on. So here, same explanation. If prices of I becomes more than max so far, because we want to keep a track of maximum here, max so far, we're simply going to do max so far is equal to prices of I. Right, great. Now, we want to, what is the, wanted to know what is the best if I want to buy today itself. If I want to buy today, max so far minus prices of I. Since I'm buying today, that's why I'm keeping prices of I in negative. Right? I'm buying today. I'm paying price, right? And max so far will be the day which we will be selling. So that will be in future itself, right? So yeah, this will be the thing for buy today. And for we can do simply for creating this array of this of I is equal to max of uh, this particular value, comma this particular value. Okay. Int answer will be for int I is equal to 0. Simply, we are going to traverse till n. Answer will be, the final step will be calculating the answer out of both of these two arrays, right? So answer is equal to math.max of this particular value, comma this particular. So sell today or before, right? Oh, sorry, I want to keep plus here. Answer, the maximum answer will be answer, comma answer itself, or if I want to sell today or before, plus if I want to buy today or after. So return answer. This will be the solution itself. Let's run the code. Accepting. Let's submit this and accept it itself. So this was the last question of buy and sell stock series. I hope you all enjoyed this whole buy and sell stock series we covered, right? Of course, this question, there is no recursion or something like that. You can, actually do convert it to recursion if you want to, if we have already covered the key transaction part. But of course, this is a straightforward left-right traversal approach question. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please share the video with your friends and peers, right? We are now aiming to 1,000 subscribers, which is a very big achievement in my perspective. So thanks for, staying in touch and, just constantly watching the contents. I know my videos are long, and generally for me, longer video is kind of a demotivation, but it's a great thing that you all are, having that courage to pick up a longer video and, go through it, right? One thing is for sure, if you're watching these videos, the concept will get clear, left, right, bottom, top, from all the sides, right? So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. No more words. Let's target for 1,000 subscribers. And yeah, thanks a lot for joining in this video. Until the next video, keep following. Bye.